I'm Joanne Ramage, the CEO of ADEA, and I'm talking with Tracy Aylen, the President of ADEA, about the CDE of the Year Awards. They've just been launched by the Minister today, and so I'm interested to know from Tracy what the award program means to you, Tracy, and why do you think it's important?
Well, Joanne, it's very exciting today going to Parliament House and having the Minister for Health and Minister for Sport, the Honourable Peter Dutton, formally launch the awards in that setting. For me personally, I think the development of the CDE of the Year Award, both the national award and the awards at the state and territory level for the branch nominees, is a stepping stone in building a program of recognition that's not only going to be significant for the CDEs, obviously, who are nominated, but also provides an opportunity for the broader community to be involved in nominating CDEs who've inspired them or who've assisted them as people with diabetes or families to make more of their health and improve their health outcomes.
Thanks, Tracy. Now, why do you think, what's your view about the vision of credentialed diabetes in terms of the outcomes for people with diabetes?
Well, going into the future, I think the Diabetes Educators Association has been working in many years around the setting of standards for diabetes educators, outlining the role and scope of practice for CDEs, developing position statements and working with our stakeholders and colleagues, organisations such as ADEA, Diabetes Australia and so on. So at this point in time, and particularly within the environment that we're in now, where particularly in the health sector, we're looking at expanding scope of practice, being able to offer wider varieties of care through individual health professional groups, looking more at the use of multidisciplinary or interdisciplinary teams. That focus is really coming into this area now, and part of that's being driven by the increase in chronic conditions that we have in Australia, and diabetes is leading in those stakes. I think for the future in diabetes education, we will see an expansion in terms of scope of practice for diabetes educators, for credentialed diabetes educators, and that the role of ADEA in that space is to be looking at the environment that we're in and setting the standards and leading in those areas. So whether it's looking at things like medicines management, looking at the interaction between the role of credentialed diabetes educators and perhaps the broader scope of chronic disease management programs. There's a lot of areas there to work on, and I think we're positioned well to move diabetes education and the role of the CDE into those areas for the future.
Thanks, Tracy.
Mm.